Good afternoon, YouTubers. Tsquare with Tsquare Talk. Whoa, it's so windy out today. My camera almost tipped over. Let me see if I can angle it a little bit better. So I might have to keep my foot. If it shakes a little bit, it is extremely windy. However, this is a video. I kind of wanted to just sit outside, enjoy the outdoors, and talk to you guys a little bit about what is going on this $50 million silver eagle purchase. Now, we've got a few notes. I did a little homework. I don't always, I'll be honest, I don't always make a lot of calls for videos. I go off what I know. And for this one, I had to make some calls to get some information. Now, normally, I don't get motivated by other people's videos, but I do like topics that are kind of sensitive. Now, this video, there's been a few YouTubers that have already done videos on this $50 million purchase. Not coming out and saying, I don't buy it. But on the flip side, I'll be honest, there's some stuff that sounded sketchy about it. And I didn't buy it. However, I had to make some phone calls. I got some information for you guys. And I figured we will sit outside by the water. I was looking for where the ducks went. You can kind of see the ducks over there a little bit on that. Ducks and geese, I guess you call them. I don't know what you call them. Ducks and, I don't know, they chase people sometimes. So, but I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it, my thoughts on it, let you guys know what I think, because I'm a firm believer in silver. I think there is a silver shortage. Supply is high, supply is low, and demand is high. And it's natural that you're going to have a shortage. We're going to see premiums keep going up. And the more people keep trying to buy it, I think we're going to continue to see the premiums, unfortunately, escalate. Now, do I think, I'm trying to get my camera perfect in a spot where it's level, but it's hard, I'll be honest, out here. This is my first time coming out here and shooting a video. So what I wanted to talk a little bit about is this idea, or this topic, I guess you could say, that did someone buy $50 million in silver eagle purchase? So here's the thing. First thing I'm going to note, I talked to someone that's close to the source, and if you guys deal with some of these companies, I mean, let's go a little bit out there and say, first of all, I'm not going to give names of this, that, any of that, but I want you to just think, okay? So the story that came out is a person, a female, in Texas, Houston area, bought $50 million in American silver eagles. Now, a lot of these bullion dealers, I mean, when you really start calling them, if you've ordered silver before, I mean, I'll be honest, I used to order from Provident. Provident was my #1 go-to person. I knew all their sales reps by name. I didn't have a favorite. Later on, I've called up all the different companies and ordered their free information kit. So I am on the mailing list of every single bullion distributor, Capital Gold, Universal Bullion, Nationwide, all these companies that have it. Lear Gold Group, they want to sell you. They want to sell you gold. They want to sell you silver. And yes, they make money off of it. And yes, that doesn't mean you won't make money off it. There's a lot of opportunities for both people to make money when buying coins. So I hear that all the time. Well, they're just doing it to make money. I mean, yes, they make money, but you can make money too if gold and silver goes up. I have a belief we've seen a crazy dip. Silver got down to 17 something. Then all of a sudden, in what, a few days, we've seen it jump to 20. Does that mean we will not see it drop? And I'm going to get to the reading all the information, make sure I didn't show anything that I have here that's actual fact numbers that you guys can, if you do your homework, you can do the math and figure it all out too. And you just have to look on Forbes list, and you can kind of do the math on where the billionaires are, how many of them are in each state. I mean, it breaks down everything for you. So I'm a firm believer in silver. Now, here's the thing. You guys that have been following me for a while know I'm not a big fan of American Silver Eagles. To me, it's a higher premium coin. It's a popular coin, yes. And we were just talking about this on our Discord group. So if you want to join our Discord group, please leave a comment in the video, get in our Discord group. We talk about all these topics, and a lot of us know each other individually, so we give a lot of good info. You don't have to use your real name. If you don't have Discord, you can set up a Discord page, give a fake name. Mine happens to be Tsquare Talk, which just is fitting to the channel. But some people use their real name, some people don't. But talking on there, I had, a few people say, they like American Silver Eagles, especially if we go into an SHIT scenario. If stuff gets ugly, people are going to go to what they recognize. They're going to go to what they know. And I said, that makes sense. But on the flip side, if stuff gets too crazy, I'm just going to want silver. People are just going to want silver, in my opinion. They're not going to want dollars because they're going to be scared, especially if the SHIT scenario is a dollar collapse, which unfortunately, yes, I know the dollar, but I won't say unfortunately, the dollar is at its strongest point right now when you compare it to what they compare it to. Statistics can be put in any different direction. So that's my thoughts on American Silver Eagles. Did I like them when the premiums were low? Absolutely. When they were only $2, $3 over spot, I loved them. Right now at $10 over spot, I had one place offer to buy nice condition American Silver Eagles at $9 over spot. I'm not selling mine. I don't have a ton of them, but I have helped a few people buy a couple monster boxes. And if they decide to sell them, I'll help them out and send them to one of the people that have asked me, hey, if you know anybody, let me know. So, down to the story. $50 million. That's a lot of money. $50 million. In order to spend $50 million on silver, you're going to have some good money. The story goes online. Right now I'm just telling you the facts of what they're saying online. A woman in Texas ordered $50 million worth of silver with anticipation to buy 19 more orders. She wants to put $1 billion into silver. So when you get up to those numbers, that's a lot of money. So the story is, it's a Texas billionaire. It's a female. Now, here's the first thing to know. Now, I've narrowed it down, but I can't confirm the name, and I can't confirm the salesperson or the company. But what we do know, although when you go with these companies, like I said earlier, these companies talk. You get a sales floor, let's say you got 50 people, maybe 60 people at best. You think if someone sells $50 million worth, that's not going to be a story? They're all going to be talking about it, everybody at work. So knowing that these people are going to talk about it, it's not super difficult. So how many companies in the Houston area are there that can handle an order like that? I mean, you go to your local coin shop in Houston, there's a couple nice ones, they can't handle it. They're not going to be able to get that much in silver. However, when you narrow it down, you have Universal Coin and Bullion. They're one of the top dealers in Beaumont, Texas. They happen to be the company that I use for a lot of my stuff, not all of my stuff. You have US Coins, which I've used before, and I know some of the people there. And you have Nationwide, who we've also used. In fact, a lot of the subscribers remember when we talked about Nationwide giving the 1 ounce, it was 10th ounce Eagles at 17 1/4 spot price at the time. We've done deals like this. Whenever I find a super deal, I tell you guys, we had a 13 and a quarter, we had a 17 and a quarter, and we had an 18 and a quarter. So those were the big deals, and we've done videos on all three of them. Now, all three of these companies, I actually know people at. So now some of them I know them better than others, and some of them I just know them just as a sales rep. I'm not talking to them on a regular basis, but I know them well enough to, hey, I'm thinking about putting an order in. What can you do? What's going on with Silver Eagles? And this is kind of how I feel out people. I'm not going to lie. I feel them out just like this. What can I do? What's going on with Eagles right now? Oh, I heard about that story. That was you guys, right? That's what somebody said. One of the other guys that works there told me it was your company that sold them. Yes, it was. Yep, it was one of the salespeople. So there you go. Now, no, that wasn't us. That was another company. That tells me right there. It narrows it down. So with three companies, you could probably figure out who it was, and then start feeling out. Once you know the company, talk to everybody that you know at the establishment, and you get information. Now, with that being said, Forbes has 67 billionaires in Texas. 67 billionaires. With numbers that were given, it's got to be a billionaire. They said it was a billionaire, so it makes sense. The only thing is, could it be someone faking a bigger order down the road to get a good deal on this order today? It's a strategy, unfortunately, I've used it, and the reason I've used it is I'm just trying to get the item at spot, and I don't plan on ordering a ton more with a certain company maybe, so I'll say that, and I'll get a really good deal on my first deal, and I have no intentions of reordering maybe from a specific company. I'm not saying any companies, because like I said, you know, I order where I can get the deals from. With 67 billionaires, unfortunately, due to, some people will say, the unequal rights for men and women and the unequal distribution of wealth, there's only 4 or 5, I think it was 4 or 5 billionaire women. That's not to say that the husband ain't a billionaire and she's just married to him. The name of the person is not important. But what is important is when talking to the company, because once I've zeroed in on the company, they didn't order, because the first question that I had, and I left this on a comment on Silver Wolverine's video, that at $50 billion, $50 million at 900,000 American Silver Eagles, that's 1,800 monster boxes. So right there, that's a big number, 1,800 monster boxes. You're talking $55 an eagle. Nobody in their right mind is going to pay $55 for a 2022 Eagles. And I will say, from what I've heard, they're 2022 Eagles. They were all 2022 Eagles. Now, after asking, they did not get those Silver Eagles at that price. But here's what it broke down to. It was only a little over $20 million. I say only, like I'm sitting on it. A little over $20 million in Silver Eagles. The overall purchase of the order was approximately $50 million. That's a huge order still, and forgive me for saying only, but that really changes the numbers now. Because at the numbers that I was told, no, you're talking, it was only like $25 an eagle, because the question comes up, and I've talked to, I'll say Silver Wolverine, because I'm sure he'll take a shout out, that the Mint does, and I have confirmed this, sell Eagles for only about $3 over spot to their select few approved distribution people. So the people that are authorized dealers of the American Silver Eagle. These are the people at the top. And then from there, they sell them down, and then they break them down, and so on and so on. So at $3 over spot, you're talking roughly 20. Although when this purchase supposedly went in, silver was only 19. So we're only talking $6 over spot, really. That would come up to $22 million at $25 a piece, which makes sense. That number makes sense. Now, I'm curious to keep an eye because Silver Wolverine just did a video on this today, and that kind of did motivate me to make some calls. I had already wanted to. I've only talked to originally one person, and then that motivated me to really make some calls and find out all the details that I wanted to know. If this is fake, if this is like fake, this would be as bad as JP Morgan manipulating the price, because that would tell me that people are trying to manipulate it up just like people are trying to manipulate it down. Now, does that happen? Absolutely. I'm sure there are people out there that want to get more money for the silver they bought so they can increase profits. And if you don't think that's possible, I mean, you can't believe one story and not the other. If people are manipulating it down, there's probably people manipulating it up. It only makes sense. But what wasn't mentioned in the video was there was a lot of 90% silver and there was some gold. So now when you break that down, 90% silver, I don't know the exact breakdown between gold and 90% silver. However, 90% silver is relatively inexpensive. You're getting a good amount of silver. A lot of people like it for a barter system. I've done videos on why I think 90% silver is important. It's not my favorite. You guys know I love 40%ers, but I'm not a billionaire yet. Hopefully someday. But I'm not there. So 90% is a good way to get some extra silver. It would be an item that I could picture a lot of bullion dealers trying to sell because it's relatively easy to gain. It's easy to put a fair markup on there, and it's popular. It's popular. A lot of people do like it. And gold eagles. Okay, so this was not said to me by the coin dealers. I actually got this detail, and then I verified it from Silver Wolverine. So I knew 1,800 boxes. What I didn't know is a monster box of 500 coins weighs 40 pounds, roughly. Well, 40 pounds times 1,800 boxes is 7,200 pounds. It's not some little number. We're talking almost 4 tons. It's 3.5 tons plus, a little over 3.5 tons. So when you're dealing with that, I mean, now I'm guessing logistics, I don't know. I mean, I get free shipping when I buy stuff. Free shipping over, I think it's free shipping over $199. I wonder if you get free shipping at $50 million. That'd be crazy. Something to think about, though. But with that, no, there's going to be a lot of logistics, obviously, with that. Now, I believe the story to be true. I believe the story to be true. And the reason I believe the story to be true is there's a lot of people out there, silver stackers, and even if you're not a silver stacker, that will tell you you should have, this is not financial advice, this is just what they tell you. I personally don't even like this number. 5% of your net worth should be in precious metals. With 5% of your net worth being in precious metals, a $50 million purchase is a drop in the bucket for a billionaire. It just is. So, I mean, I could picture someone wanting to hedge their bet. They're seeing prices go up. Even if you're a billionaire, you're feeling the prices go up. You're feeling your stock. You're probably loaded down in the stocks. You're seeing them tank. I mean, what is it when you think about it? The Nasdaq's down, what, almost 25% roughly? I think it was 25% last I looked. It might have come up a little bit, so maybe it ain't that bad right now. We've had a good week. We've had a good week for Bitcoin. We've had a good week for the stock market. Had a good week for gold and silver. Personally, I'm hoping we see a dip in silver. I liked it when it was 17 because even with a $4 premium, we were right over 20, right about 21-ish. I actually had someone tell me they seen it under 20, but they didn't send me the link. I'm disappointed in that person a little bit, because I would have definitely pointed that out to other people that kind of gave him a hard time. But I'd never seen it yet under 20. The cheapest I've seen was 21. So I'm hoping, I'd like to see it go down to 21, because as of today, the cheapest silver I'm looking at right now, roughly $23.50 an ounce. Now, I will say the same person sent me a link at $21.80, I think it was when I clicked the link to check it. $21.80 for a 100-ounce bar. So I was like, okay, it's a 100-ounce bar. I don't necessarily mind buying that, but that's a big number. I try not to take purchases that big, and especially when I haven't ordered from the company yet. And that was a new company, so I was putting a little trust in that person, that company. I get a little sketchy with new companies. You guys know that about me. I mean, that's why I'm not big on the eBay scene, because there's a lot of fakes on eBay. There's a lot of scams on eBay. I've been scammed on a year's worth of MREs, and I didn't get nothing. But they sent something to my area. They just sent it to the wrong P.O. box. If you guys want to write to me, you can write to me at P.O. Box 20, Ingleside, Texas, 78362. I also put it in the description below. I love reading you guys' letters. I do get fan mail sometimes from people. But it's easy to just make a comment. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a comment. It's kind of a different environment today. It's kind of nice out. We had a nice little, I won't say cold front, but you guys know I'm tight. I haven't turned on my AC yet, and I'm in South Texas. So I'm not really far from Houston. That's why I know a lot of the bullion dealers in the area, because Houston's only 2 hours from my house. And for me, if I want a really good deal on silver, I usually have to buy from Houston, San Antonio, or Dallas, Fort Worth. And so that's makes it a little easier. Now, my thoughts on silver, I think we're going to see silver go up. I think we're going to see silver go up. I know everybody says that, but here's the thing. How long can the dollar stay at the strongest it's been in almost 20 years? It's inevitable that it's got to cycle down. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. What I believe is really driving silver down was essentially the dollar just getting stronger. What caused it to go up recently, since the dollar didn't take a big fall? Doesn't have to take a big fall to see silver and go up, especially when it's been manipulated down. It's a possibility, in my opinion, that silver is up right now for one of a couple reasons. One, it's a bear trap. I hate to say it. It's a trap, and we bump silver up, we bump premiums up, and people buy, and maybe they get discouraged when it comes back down. However, there's also the second reason, which I kind of believe, that a big order went in. We're not to $50 million, a lot of money put in silver. I mean, yes, it's one person, but we've said this. It doesn't take, if one of these billionaires was to all of a sudden shift all their wealth into silver, we could see it skyrocket. I mean, a lot of people want to put this tale in about the Hunt brothers, and I call it a tale loosely. I believe the Hunt brothers story happened, but I believe we publicize it even more because they don't want to say inflation was so bad it was driving precious metals up. The Hunt brothers, I believe, knew what they were doing. They just got railroaded in the process. However, now, today, I think it's going to be a lot harder to do that. Yes, they will single out individuals. If someone goes and puts $1 billion in silver, I would be very scared for that woman to, not because I think someone's going to come steal it. I'd be scared for that woman because the powers that are behind the Fed, the powers that are behind JP Morgan, I wouldn't want to mess with them people. I mean, I'm still convinced, as weird as it sounds, Kennedy wasn't a fluke. The guy wanted to do an executive order and put silver back in money, and that executive order was a day too late. And we all know what happened to Kennedy. Ironically, it happened in Texas. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I keep looking over there because there was all those geese over there. Oh, I guess they actually came down here. I'll kind of talk to you while we walk down here. Really pretty out here. I come out here and I'll play Frisbee. We have the disc golf course, as you can see right here. I come out all the time, and we like to play. So sometimes we'll put a silver 50-cent piece or some silver coin in the pot. Whoever wins, wins. But they are definitely pretty. And this is important because if there is ever a food or water shortage, it's good to know in your area, where can you actually get water. Now, I know you can't pull it out and drink it unless you got one of those fancy life filters, life straws, I think they call them. But it's good to know where you can get water. You could clean it, boil it, and there are my friends right there. They're probably upset because I took their shady spot and now I'm running them off. So with that being said, guys, I thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you took something from it. Leave me a comment. Let me know in the description below what you guys think of these numbers. What do you guys think of these numbers? Do you think it's BS? Do you think it makes sense? If you have any extra info, put it in the description below. I'd love to hear your info. If I use your info, your comment, I will mention you on an upcoming video, and we'll see what happens. So with that being said, I'll leave you guys a quick minute with this awesome view. And that is it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Y'all have a great one. Sorry we didn't do a package opening tonight. I usually like to do package openings on Monday, but I think this story is just too important to not talk about. So with that being said, bam, y'all have a great one. Thanks for watching.